Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the winner of the Master Thesis Award, Ronen Kruse of the Graduate Program Applied Physics.
Congratulations. Ronen, please come forward. It's nice because we asked, everybody was actually, we were thinking, oh, the winners, but please come stand next to me. You were actually abroad and we thought, oh no, could he come over? And we're so happy that you're actually over, but we did want to have a look on how your life situation is. And actually, before you tell something about the thesis, which you have to do in a few minutes, which is kind of impossible, you were very young when you were interested in physics and mathematics. You were only 15 years old when you finished school and you were ready for university. And then you chose the Eindhoven University of Technology, which we're very happy with. And your thesis is finite range correction to the universal Efimov spectrum. And I would like to ask you to tell in a few minutes the essence of your thesis.
Right, well, I'll try, I guess.
Yes.
So the Efimov spectrum occurs when three particles collide. And during these collisions of the three particles, they can form a special bound state. And these bound states, they're special because they only support three-body bound states. Two-body bound states are not supported. And that's very similar to this picture of Borromean rings, which is three rings that are entangled. And if you imagine cutting one of them, removing it, then the other two are free as well. So these states are very special and interesting because they don't, the bound states don't depend on the details of the collision. So I studied the spectrum of these bound states, so the energy as function of this strength of the interaction. And we can see these bound states with, again, a regime where the two-body bound state is not supported. So what I did was try and create a model where we explain these bound states, calculate them, using a square-well interaction. And from this model, I tried to also incorporate magnetic resonances, which is what they do in experiments. And as we change the strength of the magnetic resonance, we can see that this spectrum changes as well. This is, of course, very interesting, and I showed that there is some kind of crossover between a regime between two regimes that we understand well in terms of point in between where finite range corrections are balanced. So that was the really brief talk about the project, but there is also a exposition, so that's a little more elaborate. If you think, well, I didn't get any of this, that's fine. Maybe you can go to the exposition and try and see whether you can get that.
Yeah.
So
you can actually see it right here, right after, and then get more into the essence of your thesis and your research. Are you going to stay working on this? Because the funny thing is, at Stanford, a lot of it is quite a kind of theoretical, but then you're also working with these lasers now. It was a good timing when you were there, no?
Yes, so while I did theoretical work here, which is kind of atypical for a technical university or University of Technology, now at Stanford, where we have a lot of theorists that do crazy stuff, I'm actually changed to experimentalist. So now I do true experiments. I'm in the lab all the time to play with these lasers and make sure that we measure these kind of things. So I don't exactly do this, but I still work in ultra-cold atoms.
Okay. And the fact that you use the word play means probably that you really like it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you have to be careful because if they're powerful enough, they can damage stuff. But
that's also the excitement.
Yes, we're all grown-ups and we pretend that we know what we're doing.
Okay. Well, Ronen, thank you so much for this very brief explanation. There's also people that you want to thank yourself.
Yes, of course I want to thank Savas. He was my mentor during this project, but also during my bachelor work. So I want to thank you, Savas, for being the great mentor that you have been and continue to be. And I want to thank my family, of course, for the support during my research and also the support now that I study halfway across the globe. And of course the university for being such a facilitator of such awesome research.
Thank you so much.
So allow me to read an excerpt of the jury report, so what the jury wrote about Ronen's thesis. Ronen Kruse's graduation work provides deeper understanding of the physics underlying the interaction between elementary particles. The gained insight into this fundamental topic are of direct importance to research with ultra-cold trapped atoms, but due to their universal nature, they result in a deeper understanding of many other types of strongly correlated many-body quantum systems. Understanding these systems is at the forefront of modern quantum physics and is crucial for the development of new quantum technology. And with that, I would like to present you the award. Gefeliciteerd, hè? Alsjeblieft. Foto. En check, alsjeblieft.
Thank you, Ronen Kroeze.